So students, now let's start activity 3.4, trigonometric ratios of different angles. So our objective for this activity is to prepare a model to illustrate the values of sine functions and cosine functions for different angles which are multiples of pi by 2 and pi. So step 1, take a drawing board, paste a graph paper on it and paste a graph paper on it. Draw two lines perpendicular to each other one joining 0 degree to 180 degree and other 90 degree to 270 degree. So draw two lines perpendicular to each other, one joining 0 degree to 180 degree line and the other joining 90 degree to 270 degree. And the two lines are mutually perpendicular to each other. Take a stand with 0 degree to 360 degree protractor. Consider the radius of protractor as 1 unit. Mark the ends (0 degree to 180 degree) line as 10 at 0 degree minus 10 at 180 degree. Similarly, zero 1 at 90 degree and 0 minus 1 at 270 degree. Now take a plastic circular plate and mark a line to indicate its radius. And fix the handle at the outer end of the radius. Now pick the plastic circular plate at the center of the protractor. So students, This is how we complete our figure with the help of protractor and the circular plate. Now let's see the demonstration of the given activity. Move the circular plate in anti-clockwise direction to make different angles. Like 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, much more like that, etc. Now read the values of sine and cosine function for these angles. So now read the values of sine and cosine function for these angles and their multiples from perpendicular lines. So students, now let's see the observation for the given activity. First, when the radius of the circular plate is at 0 degree, indicating point A, one zero, then at this point cos 0 degree, cos function at 0 degree is 1 and sine 0 degree equals to 0. When the radius of the circular plate is at 90 degree, indicating the point B 0 1, then at 90 degree cos 90 degree, or we can write cos 90 degree as pi by 2 equals to 0, and sine pi by 2 is equal to 1. So at 90 degree, the value of cos pi by 2 is 0 degree is 0, the value of cos pi by 2 is 0, and the value of sine pi by 2 is 1. Now, when the radius of the circular plate is at 180 degree, indicating point C minus 1 0, then cos pi is equal to minus 1 and sin pi is equal to 0. So at point C, that is at 180 degree, cos pi means 180 degree, is equal to -1 and sin pi is 0. Now, when the radius of circular plate is at 270 degree, indicating point D, that is 0, -1, then at this point cos 3 pi by 2, so 270 degree can be written as 3 pi by 2 in pi form. So cos 3 pi by 2 equals to 0 and sin 3 pi by 2 equals to -1. So now, when the radius of the circular plate is at 360 degree, indicating the point A 1 0, then cos 2 pi, that is 2 pi is equal to 360 degree, so cos 2 pi is equal to 1 and sin 2 pi is equal to 0. So the value of cos 2 pi is 1 and sin 2 pi is 0 at 360 degree. So students, we have constructed a table for different values of sin theta and cos theta at different values of theta, that is angle 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, 5 pi by 2, 3 pi, 7 pi by 2 and 4 pi. So sin theta at 0 is sin 0 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1, sin pi is 0, sin 3 pi by 2 is -1, sin 3 pi by 2 is -1, sin 2 pi is 0, sin 5 pi by 2 is 1, sin 3 pi is 0, sin 7 pi by 2 is 1 and sin 4 pi is 0. And similarly, cos theta for different values of theta is cos 0 is 1, cos pi by 2 is 0, cos pi is -1, cos 3 pi by 2 is 0, cos 2 pi is 1, cos 5 pi by 2 is 0, cos 3 pi is -1, cos 7 pi by 2 is 0 and cos 4 pi is 1.